Jay-Z popped out at the Roots picnic this past weekend and put the rap game on notice in a devastating freestyle that takes aim at the likes of Ye, Nicki Minaj, Dame Dash, and Drake.
Lena the Plug has filed for divorce against No Jumper founder Adam 22, completing the final step in his humiliation ritual after being the internet's biggest cuckold.
Plus, we discussed the leaked tape of one of Diddy's alleged freak-offs where he has us all saying, I don't want to know. Girl, I'd trade it all to have never seen that Red Room nonsense.
And finally tonight, we celebrate our love and appreciation for Peebo Bryson, who took us all to a whole new world with his voice, and by the time this night is over, we will have honored his legacy.
All that and more on today's episode of the Black and Snurdy Podcast.
Adam has arrived.
Hey, Maurice and Odie gonna take over like Zach and Cody. Black and Snurdy is the best podcast, gonna boom like Wile E. Coyote. Gonna meet magic, they move like they hairy. Ain't talking about mental health, no, it's not scary. You know that she coming up with the astrology. Mo got a comic and that's the best policy. Maurice the GOAT, talking about animation cause you know. Odie, she moving wavy like the boat. Watching some movies and she taking notes. Yeah, kick back, listen. Black and Snurdy have risen. Upload on a mission. 5 stars, never dissing. Black and Snurdy, ooh. Black and Snurdy, yeah. Black and Snurdy.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Black and Snurdy Podcast, the only podcast where two sexy black nerds get together to shoot the shit. I am Mo, aka Kid Licorish.
And I'm Odie.
And together we are the aforementioned Snurds here on episode 191 of the Black and Snurdy Podcast. How are you doing today and this week so far?
I think this has been a pretty good week overall.
Mm-hmm.
It's a short week. No work tomorrow or Friday. Well, I have to work, but it's like work from home, just like a Zoom meeting, whatever.
Sure.
For these like last end of the school year, PD, clerical stuff.
Yeah, just wrapping up the end of the year shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been pretty chill. My birthday's coming up. I finalized plans.
Nice.
So,
shout out to your birthday coming up.
Thank you.
I've also finalized a plan.
Okay.
For your birthday.
All right.
Obviously, as I've mentioned before on this podcast, things are a little bit tight right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing the best that I can within the realm that I have, and hopefully you like it.
Well, thank you. I mean, gifts and things are lovely, but I also really appreciate things that take thought and effort. And, there's we live in a big city.
Yes.
With lots of things that are, free and clear or whatever. So
sure.
I will appreciate any and all the things.
Sure. You know what? Thank you for letting me know that. I will cancel the thing that I got you.
No, don't cancel it.
No. To me,
100%.
If what you say is true, and if it's the thought that counts, I'll go ahead and cancel it. I don't even think it's shipped. I'll go ahead and make that cancellation clear.
The thought counts, and the gifts. I didn't say gifts didn't count. Of course they count, but I'm just saying if a gift and a big dinner and like all these things.
Big dinner.
Yeah, like those are things like birthday things that I would usually do on my birthday, or we would usually do,
Sure.
That's not.
But in the lean times, you getting a chicken box. You getting a chicken box with some mumbo sauce is what you getting.
Well, first off,
I just want to point this out, and I don't know if you noticed this beforehand, but why did we agree to wear yellow on this thing?
I didn't even realize.
Looking like a couple of number 2 pencils.
I didn't notice that.
You could use us for the SATs, for the Scantron test.
I don't even know if those they still bring those number 2 pencils.
I don't know.
And honestly, I don't think it ever did anything, to be honest.
I think it was a scam. I think it was a scam because you know what? I've never seen a number 1 or a number 3 pencil. So was there ever a number 2 pencil, or was that big pencil branding number 2 so seductively into our children's education that we just associated the way that like Pampers did with diapers, or
Kleenex
or Jello.
Yeah.
With gelatin. That's why I don't even like saying brand names. Did you ever watch Invader Zim?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Did you ever see the episode where he's, I think, selling cookies and one of the prizes is adhesive medical strips instead of Band-Aids? And it's literally like, no matter whose voice it is, they always have a dubbed over voice that'll say like adhesive medical strips, like it'll be this old woman. She's like, all right, you got this prize of adhesive medical strips. Like I always thought that was funny. And, that plays into my brand of humor. So,
Well, thank you for sharing.
No problem. And thank you for asking me how I'm doing. So
how are you doing?
I'm doing well. This week is going well. This is a pretty busy week for me. By the time this airs, I will hopefully have some information and some news, hopefully positive. So fingers crossed out there. Thank y'all for staying with me on this journey. With that being said, are you ready to get into the bullshit of the week?
I sure am.
All right. If you say that you're ready, I believe you. I have no reason to believe that you are lying to me. But we're going to go ahead and get things started. Let's get it started.
Let's get it started. Now, why hasn't that been a drop?
Because if I had my way, I would have the original. And I know you wouldn't like that. So anyhow, we're going to get things started with our Pop Topics segment.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what are you going to pick?
Pop Topics.
I just got what you meant.
Yes. With that being said, let us begin by discussing one of the GOATs, one of the legends.
Yes.
God MC. J-Hove.
Beyonce's husband.
Yes. Jay-Z's Roots Picnic freestyle. Before we even get into this, I do want to point out that a while back he put this umlaut bullshit over the Y in his name, and it is very frustrating because to me it doesn't mean shit.
An omelet.
Yeah, I think he literally just did that so that he can match his wife. But that's just, that's just a theory. That's just a theory.
She has upgraded him. He wanted to upgrade. She's upgraded him money wise.
Mm-hmm.
His career.
Mm-hmm.
Why not his name?
Sure.
His life. Everything's upgraded. So why not? He upgraded it. He made it fancy. It's like when people. Do
you also want to reference another Beyonce song, Partition? He partitioned her.
But yeah, no, I think that Jay-Z. One thing I noticed about this, just that I've just been on the top of my mind, his hair. I think when you talk about Beyonce, you have to mention, again, how has she upgraded him? First, he had those Basquiat locks, the freeforms. Then he must have combed them out. He used some sacred drops, which if anybody wants to get me a birthday present, sacred products would be on the number top of the list. Okay. They're great. Everyone I know loves them. I'm talking about people personally, not just the internet. And see what Jay-Z's hair looked like before and look at what it looks like now. And that's all thanks to Sacred. So please buy me that for my birthday. And so this is what she did. She's elevated his hair in a different way because we never saw him with the afro before. He always had a little shaved head. Who knew if he even could grow one, right? And then he got those locks. And he said, you know what? I'm embracing my natural hair. I love it. He had little free forms for a while. He was doing it. And now look at his beautiful, luscious, full head of hair.
Yeah, lemonade will do that to you. Yeah, getting called out for cheating and then having to buy another ring will do that to you. So.
Not to hijack this was Beyonce, but I have a question.
Sure. Yes.
Sorry, Beyonce.
No, I know. I'm the one who opened the door by invoking the name of Beyonce. So this is ultimately my fault. What is the question?
This is a question regarding her next album, because the fact that when she showed up to the concert, she was wearing one of Jay-Z's related old jerseys that said The Rock. And remember, I said it was going to be a rock album, but what if she means rock album as in joint album with her husband? Like another On the Run too. I'm curious if that's one of my new theories I'm throwing out there.
You know what my theory is? There is no new album. I think she secretly retired and pulled a Rihanna, and now all of the Beehive is like, oh, she's coming out with a new album. She's a billionaire. She has no reason to come out with more fucking music. Why would she? She's been denied by the fucking Grammys so many goddamn times. Why would she put herself out there anymore now that she has all the money in the world and a loving family and a loving husband and loving children? I think she's done.
Right.
I think she's done. Y'all been talking about stage fucking 3. Y'all there?
Act 3.
Fucking the Beehive treats stage or act 3 like Marvel nerds treat fucking phase 5 or shit, you know, like, ooh, what's gonna happen? I've been seeing the leaks, I've been seeing the updates, the insiders have been saying. No one knows shit except the people making the thing, and Beyonce is out. But we're here to talk about Jay-Z's Roots Picnic freestyle. So we took a listen to the freestyle. We actually have a clip of the freestyle that we're going to put up now.
Teeth is tumbling out their mouth, and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery game. You had to catch Kyle and thunk it. Was you who pumped his? I'm the one who strung the pain. That hill you can die on. It's way too much flat that comes from those planes. I'm killing them softly. What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I spill on you suckers, I maul you niggas gang. I ain't much for me, it's no how. Cancel the brunches, I remember the hunger pain. The price of the bricks going up. It's gonna cost you a beat to even say my name. You ever heard of a wonderkin? My children is some of them. Have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get under skin? I really get under skin. Ask how I'm playing. Y'all thugs with y'all thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch out, Saniac in my presence, nigga, straight. I need a new therapist. This shit is not working. I'm truly on the brink. Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. That nut-ass nigga still stuttering. That chatty patty down on his luck again. Quest introducing me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him.
All right, so that was just a sample size of the 3-minute freestyle that Jay-Z put on. Honestly, like, all right, let me ask you initial thoughts on the freestyle, because we watched it beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, was it one of his best freestyles? No. But did the shots he take, were they funny and or like guess do what they need to do? Sure. Like talking about Dame's teeth falling out and Kanye and all that. Like
let me ask you, did you pick up on all of the stuff that he referenced as far as like other people?
It was Dame Dash's teeth, because remember that interview? His
teeth
fell out.
Yeah.
Kanye, calling himself like crazy and like he's going after his kids and all that. The thing about the stab.
Sure, I had to tell you about that.
You did have to tell me about that, because I completely forgot that I knew he had alleged like whatever violent things, but I didn't know anyone named Un. And then of course Nicki, because he mentioned her kid. That part though, I maybe need to rewatch it because I felt like I was confused.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna pull up the lyrics real quick. I admittedly should have had the lyrics up already, but so as far as Nicki, he says specifically regarding her that
the lady back on the stuff.
That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her kin can't even take they kids, enough of them. A rapper can't be my op. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I've governed by God. You tried to break the covenant. Look, listen, I'm not a rapper, okay?
Because I'm not a rapper.
I'm not a rapper. barely a reader too. But no, so like his Wonderkin line was addressing Kanye and Nicki, referring to his kids as the hard R word.
Yeah.
And he, you know, like of course he also had some bars for Drake. We reviewed his Iceman album. Drake, you know, had some bars for Jigga.
But what his part to Drake was, I think, really nailed it. Like, you looked up to me. I never looked up to you. There's nothing about you that I'm interested in. Like, all these bitches as my sons, for real.
Yeah, essentially. And for me, it because I've seen a lot of this discourse online of just like, well, like Jay's too big to be punching down, and stuff like that.
But
like,
he's not. These are other billionaires and millionaires, famous people.
But here's the thing: like, Jay is still a person. You know what I mean? Like, he's sat back and watched all these people say all this terrible shit about him, make reference to him, and do all this shit. He's well within his right to say some shit back.
100%.
Why not?
But also the thing is, these are he's talking back to his peers. He's not calling out at Butt Boogie.
Drake is not his
95. Peer. No, but okay. He's not his peer as in talent. But like, they are music industry peers, right?
Sure.
So
they're co-workers is what I will say.
Co-workers. Yeah. All right. They see
Drake is a co-worker of Jay-Z. Jay-Z is a co-worker of Drake. They are not peers. Actually. They are not on the same level.
They're definitely not on the same level.
They don't shoot at the same baskets.
But I think it's just that, like, it is totally within your right. Doesn't matter how old you are, to like clap back at folks, especially if your industry is about that. You were built on freestyle. This is why when people talk about, you see all those videos of like old folks getting into it with young YNs or whatever. The old folks always win when it comes to verbally, because like they've been doing this shit. So why not?
So I'm gonna leave you with one question. All right, and I want your honest thoughts on it. If this ultimately sparks some sort of battle between Jay-Z and Drake, who are you taking?
Jay-Z. Who else?
Why?
First of all, he's a better rapper. Like, obviously, he's not the same rapper as he was when he first came out. He's not reasonable doubt, Jay-Z, but he's also an older man. He's a billionaire. He has a wife and kids, all these different things. So there's just, his life is different. So, but at the end of the day, he still has more talent than Drake. And also, nobody likes Drake, so nobody would be on the album. Like, who?
I mean, we've seen that that's not. We've seen that.
Well, sure, but like, Future even
would be
still,
on there.
Future doesn't line up to anybody that Jay-Z could get. Neither does 21 Savage. Neither does whatever random person he gets. Maybe if you're talking about reggae artists or something, maybe.
Sure. I obviously would choose Jay-Z. Dude, he's got MC. He's literally the blueprint. He created this game. He paved the way, and just he's on another Drake. If Jay-Z is S tier, Drake might be B or C tier when it comes to lyricism.
Yeah.
He could not match and go up to Jay-Z. In wrestling parlance, Drake could not tie Jay-Z's boots.
All right,
he just couldn't. He just couldn't.
I mean, he married Beyonce. I don't even know. Well, there's no any sort of question about who would win.
Yeah,
he's already won in life.
Exactly. Moving right along to the next subject of our pop topics. Diddy's alleged freak off tape that got leaked.
It's the worst.
Featuring Daphne Joy and Sly Diggler with a small amount of Diddy.
Allegedly.
And you can take that however you may. A small amount of Diddy in that allegedly. Tape could work on multiple levels, could work on one level, could work not at all, anatomically speaking, but who knows? We're only providing context. Over the weekend on social media, a 39, almost 40-minute tape, dropped on social media or leaked on social media featuring those three individuals. And it was a lot and a little to take in or observe.
I have several feelings about this video. One, I hate Diddy. I hate him for the things that are constantly thrust upon the timeline.
Yeah, there wasn't much.
Well,
he wasn't thrusting much in them. Anyhow, sorry, continue.
But like his life is such a fucking shenan again.
Sure.
And not only is it like it's funny because it's Diddy, but it's not funny because of the other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when it first dropped, it's like, is it Diddy or is it just like another like corn or whatever? And so like watching it, it's like first of all, I did not know. I know Daphne Joy is 50 Cent's child's mother.
Sure.
But honestly, I couldn't have told you what she looked like.
Sure.
So I was like, I don't know. First of all, it's in this fucking red room.
Mm-hmm.
Why? And it wasn't like it was a light because it was light outside. It was just fucking red. It was weird. The devil's lair. And like they're in there and you see all this stuff and it's like you really kind of can only assume that it's him because of the fact that you hear him talking and that was gross. But the worst thing about it, I think that for me afterwards of like consuming this to like figure out like what the truth was is I feel so bad for Daphne, even though I don't know who she is, right? Like I didn't know who she was, but like it's not the same as like remember in college media takeout, there was always a video of somebody exposed in a stairwell or whatever, and we'd be fucking gobbling it up. It went gangbusters, right? But I feel
jokes I'm not gonna make. Not gonna make any jokes about gobbling anything up. I'm not gonna make any jokes about going gangbusters. Continue.
Phrasing. But now it's like I feel totally different about tapes that have been leaked. Because you know that that's going to be embarrassing for the person, especially the way social media is now, right? It was crazy 10 years ago. It's even crazier now. We know it stays forever. Anytime you look up someone's name, you could look up an innocuous person like Beyonce. There's going to be a fucking dick on your timeline. So it's not that unheard of to think that this person's going to be going through this for the rest of their life. Right. So, you know, Daphne Joy, she has put out a statement. And honestly, it comes off very sad that she's going through this, right? So she says, everybody plays the fool sometime, and I have been the biggest fool. I just wanted my man at the time to be happy and satisfied. I wanted to fulfill all his desires, even if that meant breaking my own boundaries. I deeply loved him, and I believed he loved me too. It's still so painful for me to process the harsh reality and truth of that relationship. But as time passes and in my quiet moments, I realize that it was far from love. And of course, she says more. You could read it on the screen, or you can go. I read it off the Complex article. She alludes to not having been lucid throughout the whole time. And having, like, I guess, you know, maybe the drugs or whatever the case may be.
Sure.
And that basically other person in the video, whatever his name is, whatever the porn star's name is.
Mm-hmm. Sly Diggler.
He had allegedly said to her, pay me money or I'm going to release the tape. It was taped without her consent, etc. And so then it's a revenge porn situation. He sold it to a big media company. They didn't put it out, but obviously he did because his alleged extortion didn't work.
Sure.
So it's those are the parts where it's like, Diddy, yeah, it's funny because like, fuck him. And like, yes, body shaming is terrible, but like him being body shamed for possibly having or allegedly having a very tiny dick. I'm gonna fucking laugh at that. I'm going to, because his persona is that he has all this BDE and all this. He's this big, huge macho man. In reality, you're not that at all. Like, there's nothing about you that would be desirable. And so here we are. So it's like her son, like those are the people I think about in these moments where it's like the joke on Diddy kind of falls flat. And just because of the sense of there's like collateral damage. Because the other guy, Sly, he's not getting, even though he was pretty whacking it, I didn't think it was anything like, oh, amazing. But he's not going to get lambasted by this, right? Like that's his profession. He doesn't care. She's the one that's paying the piper, you know?
Yeah. So just as far as where I stand with that, I do empathize as far as when it comes to her putting out that statement and, you know, making it clear that on her end, if she says that the release was not consensual to her, completely understandable. As far as the tape is concerned, first off, that video looks like the cover of his Love album with all that fucking red. Watching that thing, I thought Suge Knight was right. Him, like, when he said that, like, oh, they're all up in the video. You know? Even though he wasn't physically in the video, but so much, the talking, the narrating. He made me, honestly, he made me hate black narrators. You know, like, because of that, I never want to hear Morgan Freeman narrate shit. I never want to hear Samuel Jackson narrate shit, because now all I can think about is just an older black man saying, take that. And he didn't even say, take that. But that's what's going on in my head when he's
thinking it.
He was thinking it, you know?
That's what I think about when I see those like hashtag gentleman club on TikTok where it's these guys trying to be all sexy. That's Diddy.
Yeah.
That, like, it's corny as fuck. Asking dudes if they just want some fucking tea while they're getting their dicks.
It's weird. It's and honestly, I'm not even trying to kink shame. I know that that's a thing. Like, people,
enjoy
people
yourself.
are voyeurs. Some people like watching the physical act of things happening in real life, and that there's nothing wrong with that. But it's so weird when it's Diddy of all people. You know what I mean? Because I know that there's like a power thing involved in it and stuff like that. It's just weird. Anyhow, ultimately, what are your final thoughts on this?
I think fuck Diddy.
Sure.
I wish that he was in jail for longer. He's a menace to society. Fuck Dirk Diggler or whatever his name is.
Sly Diggler.
For if he allegedly released this. I hope that Daphne Joy is in peace and getting all that she wants and deserves, regardless of whether or not she was... she knew this man was toxic and decided to be in a relationship with him anyway. This is not something that I think that anyone should like be going through, especially because of her son. You know, not Diddy. 50 Cent is a troll, and his response is exactly what I expected it to be.
We didn't even get into the response.
But it's just, you know, fuck Diddy. It's fuck Diddy forever. Right? Take that.
Look, I honestly have nothing to say to this other than just like all I could think about is like, do you think that the next day they woke up and Diddy looked in Sly Diggler's eyes and was like, last night? Do you think he said that? He probably did.
He probably thought it.
He probably thought it, and he probably said it, and he also did a Harlem Shake shimmy because that's who Diddy is. And also, sorry, I'm not sure if I took that down or had that up throughout the whole thing.
It was up for a while, and then it went down when we put the picture up.
All right. Anyhow, yes. But that was the alleged Diddy tape. Moving right along, we're gonna talk about Lena and Adam, and things are getting kind of weird with them. Lena the Plug has filed for divorce against Adam 22. Now, just for a little bit of context, Adam 22, he is the founder of the No Jumper podcast, the podcast that initially started off as like this sort of underground hip hop interview sort of podcast. You know, he had interviews with the likes of like up and coming XXX Tentacion and sort of a lot of the SoundCloud rappers. And over time it morphed into some degenerate shit.
Yeah. Sure.
And he ultimately ended up marrying, dating, what have you, and then marrying Lena the Plug.
Mm-hmm.
Lena the Plug is a SW.
Mm-hmm. As is he.
Yes. Well, she is one. He became one through, their interactions and through their marriage. And the last few years of they've been married for 3 years, by the way.
Yeah.
The last few years of Adam 22 and Lena the Plug's dynamics on the internet have been fascinating to witness. I hate to admit this. I hate to admit that I've been, for lack of better words, plugged in to what's been going on with them. Like, there's the no jumper.
They always go viral.
Yeah, there's the no jumper side, which honestly to me has always been, after a certain point, a modern day minstrel.
Yeah,
they get gang niggas, they get hood niggas
because he doesn't care about the people he has on
Obviously,
the show.
he doesn't. You know what I mean? But then there's his side of things where he has plug talk with his wife, which is a show in and of itself where they interview corn stars, and then via that interview they interact with them. That was their thing for a while, and then things got even weirder. Are you familiar with the Justin Love story? That's
the one where he was there while she was engaging with this man, because I remember it went viral because he's like a big black guy. He's like more, I guess, well endowed than Adam, and so everybody was joking on him like, your wife's gonna leave you now because she's had this black guy or whatever. A lot of racialized, fetishized sexual stuff in regards to that. But I remember when that became like a thing. Yeah,
that was a whole thing, because a little bit more context, I guess, before that time, Lena the Plug was exclusively like a girl kind of person as far as the work that she did. And then that happened. I forget if he reached out to Justin and set it up or what have you. Doesn't matter. It happened.
But I have a question.
Sure.
Was she only engaging with women when he was there? Because I know a lot of times he would be in her scenes. So before, was it that she'd be doing scenes with and without him and they were only girls? But then before that, she was doing stuff with...
No, it was primarily, to my understanding, before she was only exclusive girls.
Okay, so it wasn't all right. It wasn't like she stopped because they got together.
Right. So, the Justin Love thing happened. Right, the internet did what the internet does. Told him he's a cuckold. Told him he's weird. And again, I don't want to kink shame. That's a thing. It's a thing that some people enjoy. It's what it is. What it is. Like, different horses for different courses is what I usually say.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat, but
whatever tickles your pickle.
Yeah, whatever tickles your pickle. I like saying different horses for different courses. Then they had a boxing match.
He has a boxing match?
Justin Love had a boxing match with Adam 22. They hyped this thing up. And Justin Love beat the shit out of Adam 22. You didn't hear any of this shit?
No, that's
Justin Love beat the shit out of Adam 22 in a boxing match.
I vaguely remember.
This was not that long ago.
It was like last summer.
This was not that long ago.
But I do vaguely remember. I try to keep Adam 22 out of my mind.
Me too.
He's
he's on my timeline every now and then.
He is, and that's why like when these things pop up, I'm like, ugh, whatever. But that's why it's kind of like, fuck him. Like, he has, as much as people want to blame their breakup, I've seen like people talking about they're blaming it on her because look what she did to this man. She was fucking other guys around him. He wanted that. He promoted it, and he did whatever he could to bank on his wife having relations with other men. So at this point, it's nothing like, it's no different than, what is it, the Lovelace guy, like banking on, remember when we watched it and he was like using his wife to get money through the corn industry? Not to say he was abusive.
Who? Lovelace?
Remember the movie Lovelace we watched about the first?
Oh, yeah.
And how he was just basically like...
No, but the Lovelace guy was a pimp.
Yeah, but not...
Adam 22 is literally a part of this. Not only a part of it, but like, you know, there's elements of like I think they did like a reality show thing where he was choosing the next black man to do a scene with her. And look, listen, here's my take. Do you want to hear my take?
Yes.
My ultimate take is this. Like, this Adam 22 doesn't give a fuck about anybody. He doesn't give a fuck about the black people who are on his No Jumper podcast. I don't even think he gives a fuck about his own wife.
No, I don't either.
He cares about the almighty dollar, and he will sacrifice his pride, dignity, anything and everything for the almighty dollar. Like, if it means that, and the reason why I think that is because apparently his reaction was to
have the black woman DM him.
Yeah, he'll buy them a car. Adam 22, no black woman is gonna want to. Actually, I'll put it this way.
You gotta do an asterisk.
I'll put it this way. No black woman is going to want to fuck you in exchange for a car that will ultimately lead to a relationship. I think plenty of women, period, regardless of race, will want to fuck you for a car.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you are a whore, son. That is it. Adam 22 is a whore. He whored himself. And that's you know, it is what it is. But he's a whore for money.
I think that my whole thing,
and I don't want to make that. I want to make this clear. I'm not saying sex workers are that word.
No.
I'm saying Adam 22 is a whore. He's a whore podcaster. He is a whore husband. He is a whore for money in all aspects of his life. Adam 22 is just a whore all around in all aspects of life. And I hope Lena the Plug ultimately does get custody of the child who's 5 years old. Continue.
My whole thing in this is that Lena the Plug is no different than any other woman. Just because she's a sex worker does not mean that she is the cause of the divorce, right? Especially because she filed these charges on her birthday. Gemini gang, happy birthday to you, Lena the Plug. And at the end of the day, these two people met each other. They both knew who each other were. They both decided to be in a relationship. So him doing any of these sexual things within the relationship with her and her being with whomever, that has no bearing on whether or not they got divorced. The reason they got divorced is probably something way more innocuous and having little to do with her actual career. And my only hope is that she gets whatever she wants from him, that she gets the money she needs to support herself, and that he goes and crawls into a bucket and rots because he is a fuckboy. So
ultimately, my final word on this is that Adam 22 is a capitalist whore. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a stunt, but we shall see. I'll keep an eye on this, but if this is the end, then I will crown Adam 22 as the ultimate cuck.
But why the ultimate cuck?
What do you mean, why the ultimate cuck?
Yeah, why? Is it because, I guess, why is he the ultimate cuck, I guess? Yes, why?
Because he literally leaned in and profited off of this shit. It's one thing if cuckolding is your kink. Mm-hmm. It's another thing to lean super heavy, profit it, and make a reality show where you choose the next man and then box the man who did that to your wife in this weird show of masculinity just to get beat, and then he does it again. Like, he's the ultimate cuckold. Adam 22 is the ultimate cuckold. And
I see your point.
There you go.
I need to know.
There you go. But we are moving away from degeneracy and going to be discussing legacy.
Yes.
And we're going to be discussing the legacy of the legend, the late Peebo Bryson. Peebo Bryson recently transitioned to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this was a rough one.
I mean, so
admittedly, yeah.
He lived a long life. I mean, he passed away at 75 years old from, I believe it was a stroke. When I saw it, I was just like, my heart, because I saw when he had gone to the hospital,
Sure.
and then the day later, and I was just like, damn. Because it's funny because your aunt had asked, like, oh, y'all probably don't know about him, you're too young. And I'm like, he's the voice of Disney. Like,
Which is saying so much about Peebo Bryson.
Yeah.
Because he's only on 2 songs.
Yeah.
But those songs are on 2 of the best Disney soundtracks, of the best Disney movies, of of arguably the best generation of Disney movies, Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin.
And his Beauty and the Beast co-singer for the title song, Celine Dion, she posted up this tweet today saying, I'm heartbroken to hear that we lost Peebo Bryson today. His incredible voice and his kind spirit embody the beauty of song and performance. He was so wonderful and generous to me all those years ago when we recorded Beauty and the Beast. He made me so comfortable as I was just learning to sing in English. He will remain for me always as a real symbol of the joy that music has brought to my life. His voice and his talent will be missed. My heart is with your family, and may you rest in peace, Peebo. Love, Celine. It's weird to get older because the people that you grew up with when you were younger, who were like, so it felt so like integral to your life in media, they all start like dying off.
Transitioning.
Transitioning, yes. And 75, it just doesn't feel like it's enough time, you know?
Yeah, I would say this is the power of music.
Yeah.
Music is so powerful because it is both a active and passive medium. It literally can be the soundtrack to certain things and memories that occurred to you. You know what I mean?
Do you want to know a key Peebo Bryson melody or memory that I have?
Sure.
At night, when it would be like 1 or 2 in the morning, the song Tonight I Celebrate My Love with Roberta Flack. Yeah. The little chorus would always be on those like 80s love songs, or like
for us it was 92Q, the what was it called? The slow train. It might have been not the slow train, but I think it was 4 slow jams in the evening, and I would play the radio too as well. And that was also in the cipher along with Turn Off the Light. Yeah.
But those were all on those little CDs that they would try to sell you.
Yes.
And they would have a little clip of it. And like that's what I think about outside of like the Disney songs. I always think about those moments, and they're so key to our childhood because we don't have that anymore, right? Like kids are not.
Yeah, kids don't understand seeing a commercial with a compilation of the greatest hits of R&B or even like
R&B rock.
You know what I mean?
That's how I fell in love with Elvis.
Yeah,
I had a crush on him.
We'll talk about that in another episode. We will talk about that in another episode, that you had a crush on Elvis. You, the blackest fucking person I know, had a crush on Elvis?
Yeah.
We don't have time to get into it tonight. And I don't even have time to get into it after this podcast goes off. But we're going to talk about that. Anyhow, that is the power of Peebo Bryson.
Yeah.
You know? So what would you say are your top 2 Peebo Bryson songs?
Well, obviously
2. In no particular order. 2.
Oh, well.
Keep them at 2.
Keep them at 2. A Whole New World and Beauty and the Beast. That's the immediate ones.
Sure.
He has a huge catalog, and he has songs that I would say probably are even better than this. But I think because of the Disney angle of like, the best part for me, like after you hear the movie plays and then you get this beautiful R&B song during the credits.
Yeah.
And I would love, that's when credits were really doing their thing.
So here's the thing. I also have those two songs and I feel stupid for putting it at those two songs. The question I should have asked is, which one of those two songs is your favorite song?
Oh, man.
As a matter of fact, this could be a impromptu this or that.
It always throws me off.
Yeah. So a whole new world or
Beauty
and the Beast.
I'm going to give it to A Whole New World.
Really? Why?
So obviously Beauty and the Beast resonates with me, books, all that jazz, right? But
you're used to being the beauty.
Jasmine was like the outside of Pocahontas, like we didn't have black or brown Disney princesses. So I
see what you're saying.
That movie, I just connected with it so hard, you know, like even more so than Beauty and the Beast, even though him and Celine Dion are perfect for that song. Like, but I don't know. I don't even remember his co-singer on A Whole New World. Was it Vanessa Williams? No. Let me look. But
wait,
I think that
you don't remember the co-singer on A Whole New World?
Yeah, I don't remember. Regina Bell.
Okay, gotcha. So you're selecting Beauty and the Beast?
No, I'm selecting A Whole New World.
But you don't remember the singer on
because
A Whole
I'm
New
thinking
World.
about Peebo Bryson's parts. I'm not thinking about the other person.
Fair enough.
Just like with Beauty and the Beast, even though I know Celine Dion is on that, and I love her. I'm still thinking about Peebo Bryson's parts.
Yeah, that's real. If you were to ask me,
why is yours Whole New World?
It's not.
Oh,
I'm going Beauty and the Beast because that's the song that introduced me to Peebo Bryson.
Really?
No, you got to understand, for context, the only black person I had ever heard on a Disney soundtrack was fucking I think is it Scatman Crothers? Who no.
The cat?
Who did the voice of the Aristocats and also King Louie from Jungle Book?
Oh yeah.
Scatman Crothers. It was Scatman. I should have went with my fucking. We don't even have time. Anyhow, Peebo Bryson was the first voice I've heard since Scatman Crothers and Aristocats, and that's why I bonded. I didn't even like Beauty and the Beast the movie as a kid. I thought this was a girl movie, but I heard that soundtrack. I was like, oh shit, this got soul. Wait, Beauty and the Beast has this much soul? Maybe I should watch this movie again. And I did. So yeah.
And then you fell in love with the magic of books.
Exactly. No, I fell in love with the magic of Disney. Ultimately, I just want to finally just say, Peebo Bryson, you will be missed. You will be missed. You are loved. You are appreciated, and your legacy lives on forever.
Legacy.
And that has been Pop Topics.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what are you gonna pick?
Pop Topics.
All right,
now we are going to move into a little something called Odie's Anime Breakdown. So for those of y'all who are uninitiated,
God,
I am a anime enthusiast, anime lover, lifetime anime fan. Odie is not.
I'm a newbie.
She is a newbie. She doesn't watch anime like that, but she watches me watch anime.
I do, and sometimes some of them I do actually watch because I enjoy them.
Yes, and so what I usually do, for a little bit of background, I will watch a anime when she comes into the room,
I don't think is fair.
I start a new episode of a series, see how she reacts, And then I will prepare that mentally in my mind for this very subject.
I feel like this is a very unfair segment because I feel like I should be given a heads up.
No.
So that I can pay closer attention. Because as much as sometimes I could be paying attention, I could be working, I could be reading, I could be on the phone.
No, yes, I agree with you on that last part. You will always be on your phone. But if it's something that interests you will be less on your phone. You'll still be on your phone, but you'll be less on your phone. So with that being said, for Odie's anime breakdown, she has a minute to describe an anime that she has seen me watch.
And I've been really trying. I've been really trying to pay attention and be like, oh, let me listen to the song.
Sure. You have 1 minute. God. Odie, you have 1 minute to describe Fire Force.
Okay.
Fire Force. Odie, you have 1 minute to describe Fire Force. I am putting 1 minute on the clock. Give me a second to put a minute on the clock.
Look at the thingy. The timer is right there.
I know. And go.
All right. So Fire Force is about this boy who has these kind of demon fire powers. We're living in a dystopian world, very religious, very weird, but there are these things called fire demons. And so the firefighters, they go out there and they're not just using water. They're using exorcism. They come in there, they pray the fire away, and then you're releasing the souls of the person, because usually it's a person that's been engulfed by this fire demon, and so it's causing all this havoc. And by releasing the demon, you stop the fire. The person's still dead, by the way. They're still crispy, but they release their soul, so they are no longer going to be tormented and or tormenting the people in their town. And I think that is all. How much time do I have left?
You have 1 second.
Okay.
That's a pretty accurate assessment of the plot of Fire Force. I'm a little bit surprised that you didn't sort of not name, but I figured you were never going to remember any names, but even describe any of the characters.
Well, I was trying to get the main gist of the plot.
You got the setting correct. Yeah. You got the setting and the essential plot of the world correct.
I was trying to get to the main chunks before I got into the pieces of like the characters, because I wanted to make sure it was clear that I knew what this was.
Okay.
What was my grade?
Honestly, I'm going to give you A minus. I'm only giving you an A minus because you were thorough with the explanation of the world of Fire Force and the premise of Fire Force. You would have gotten a strong A if you would have maybe named or explained the protagonist.
This is ableist.
It's not ableist
because
he's literally the
working.
He's literally
it was a boy who was my working memory was not going to make sure I remember.
First off, your working memory. I put this on 2 weeks ago, and you remembered the fucking premise of the goddamn thing, but you didn't remember that you didn't remember the.
Go look it up. I can remember some things. Sometimes, but not sometimes. Small details all the time.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, either way, I gave you an A minus. That's the highest grade you've gotten on any of these so far. So be grateful and be humble.
I will take this A minus.
Sure.
And we will see what happens the next time.
And that has been Odie's Anime Breakdown. Breakdown. With that being said, we're now going to move into the things that made us mad.
Bring it. What? We gripe it. We're not griping anywhere else. We gripe it. This safe space for us to share. We gripe it. We ain't griping anywhere else. We gripe it.
So what made you mad this week?
What made me mad this week? I'm going to keep it very simple. I feel like there are, I alluded to this last week.
Mm-hmm.
The interview process for a lot of companies is fucked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I understand that way back in the day, it was you have one interview, you go off the strength of that interview, and then you hire somebody. I understand how flawed that could be.
Yeah.
Maybe you had a first round interview and maybe a second round interview.
Mm-hmm.
Completely understandable. I could see kind of how that is flawed.
Mm-hmm.
The interview process for certain jobs that are certain salary ranges is fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Certain jobs, if their salary range, I'm going to put this out there. If your salary range is below $70,000 a year, you should only have 2, maybe 3 fucking rounds of interviews.
Obviously, it needs to be higher than that.
However, if your salary range is between 70 and 100,000, your interview process should be 4, maybe 5 interview rounds, and one of those is an assessment. One of those is a phone. One of those is a Zoom. One of those is a panel. One of those is an on-site. That's it. Keep it simple. I'm about to go into a fucking gauntlet of interviews, and it is intense. Having already done phone interview, Zoom interview, technical interview, and now I'm about to go into a 12:45 to 3:15. What is that?
About 2.5.
2.5 hour gauntlet of interview after interview after interview after interview, different interview styles. That's fucking insane. And I'm not complaining about that company, and I'm not even naming that company, but that is fucking insane. Like, that is insane to bring somebody on to your fucking thing. Like, that's the equivalent of hazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's some weird hazing shit. And we're in a weird economy where people are gonna do whatever they need to get a fucking job. So keep in mind, companies, of your hiring practices. What is your thing that's making you mad this week?
Well, your thing is valid. It's too much.
Sure.
For a non-CEO position. But what's making me mad this week? I'm mad that I don't like when you're talking to people and they're giving you like outright disdain. I think it's weird. I think it's rude. I think it's nasty. Especially when you haven't done anything to them. So that's my thing. I'm just like, there's no reason for you to be just like rude and nasty to someone. Unless the person's done something to you, it's like, I don't know, whatever it is, breathe, stretch, shake, let it go. But put your problems in your own pocket and shove it up your ass.
Sure. We'll talk about that afterwards. And that is the things that is making us mad.
Bring it. What?
And now we're going to switch into the things that are making us happy.
I'm the baby merchant. Chops are us. I give you all the service and no damn fuss. Give the baby merchant just a week or 2. I'll have your baby for you.
What's making you happy this week?
Doing this podcast with you.
Hey.
And I am happy that I solidified my birthday plans.
Mm-hmm.
I think, did I say that last week? I don't think so. I did.
No, you didn't. You didn't have any plans last week.
I didn't have any plans last week. And I think that like, this has been a really difficult year. And I usually like to have my birthday stuff out within like a month of my birthday or whatever. And I was feeling really stressed and anxious about like putting whatever I wanted to do out and trying to think of like things that I could do within whatever, parameters and all that. And so I'm glad that I found some things that I feel like are going to bring me joy, because I feel like on my birthday, that is what I'm looking forward to the most. It's like feeling joy, getting to do things that I want that I don't necessarily always get to do. So I think it's really important for me to be able to celebrate to the fullest, and within whatever parameters I can. And I'm grateful to live in New York City, where you are always able to do that, because you can always find something to do and enjoy, even if it's not like crazy expensive. So
that's fantastic. For me, one, doing this podcast with you on a weekly basis, and also two, reestablishing connections.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned earlier in the week, in the bonus episode, got to hang out with my godson. That was nice. I will be spending some time with an old coworker that I haven't seen in years. And so that is going to be fun. Just reestablishing I'm a person of connections. I'm a person of relationships, and I'm a person of, just hanging out with the people that not only are in my circle, in my close, small knit circle, but also reaching out and checking in with people who I haven't heard from in years and just seeing how they're doing. So that's always been me. That's always been my thing. But anyhow, that's the things that are making us happy.
I'm the baby merchant. Cats are up.
I want to thank everybody for joining us for another episode of the Blackest Nerdy Podcast. We will be back next week for another one of these. Until next time, I am Mo, aka Kid Licorish.
And I'm Odie.
And together we are the Blackest Nerdy Podcast, and we will be back next week.
Bye.
Until then, take it easy, keep it sleazy. Bye!
Thanks for listening, nerds.
Keep the show growing. Listen, comment, and download on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or watch full episodes on YouTube.
Follow the show at Black and Nerdy.
Follow me at Licorice is Legit.
Find me at that'sod_e on Twitter and at that'sod.e on Instagram.
This is the Blackest Nerdy Podcast,
where nerds of a feather flock together.